Right there, come on.
Oh, STP look good back out where it belongs.
Yeah, there.
Hey, everybody. Ryan here, along with Coon and Chuck, as always. And we have a new guest in the house, a first-timer. And Daniel Hemric's with us this weekend.
That's right.
This
weekend?
This week.
Yeah,
I'm
this
sorry.
Dun.
I'm already messing up.
We just wrapped up a weekend.
Yeah, I'm
On
nervous.
Monday,
Yeah.
yeah.
A
Long
weekend. Nervous.
Long race weekend.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Extra long race
yeah.
weekend.
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys.
We're happy to have. We like having
Yeah.
guests on. Is this our first
No.
drive? No, we had Brad.
First
on
driver.
We
earlier.
had Brad.
Yeah.
First driver in
In
this
In the
studio.
studio. In the new
Yeah.
studio.
In the new
Yeah.
You had
studio.
Cole Swindell. You're repping on your hat,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. No, this is something else. This is Cocker Spaniel hat.
Oh,
Ah.
Cocker
Yeah,
Spaniel.
that
Okay.
is-
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
what
I thought it was.
I like it.
Okay.
So I'm a
Alright.
big
Big Cocker Spaniel guy.
Big Cock Spaniel
Yeah.
fan. And I'd like to breed them.
Okay.
It's a pretty successful business,
Good
actually.
job. Good. Yeah.
So,
That's
Is
good.
it
Don't
too
let-
late
to get off
Yeah.
yet? Can't I leave yet?
Yeah, you
That's
can,
good.
you can leave now if you want.
This is all dog
Scaring the
talk.
guests
right
away.
now. We're
Right.
going to just talk about different dogs.
Do you have a dog?
Yeah. I do have a dog.
What kind of dog?
It's a very manly dog. Teacup Yorkie.
Okay.
You should get on the Cocker Spaniel train. That's what it sounds like.
Maybe Ryan can hook you
we're
up.
We
making
could,
hats,
we
so-
could breed,
Are these
Cocker
purebred
Spaniel and
Cocker
Yorkie.
Spaniels?
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
No other way, right?
Dog show.
I feel like the purebred ones
Status.
tend to be not as bright as the mutts.
I was in a movie last night, and there was a dog in the movie.
Really?
Like, in the movie theater, not in
No,
the... Well,
okay.
it wasn't... There were dogs
Sorry.
in the movie because I saw Isle of Dogs
I was
by
gonna
Wes
say- yeah,
Anderson.
yeah.
But behind me, there was a guy with a large Labrador sitting in his lap watching the entire movie.
I didn't know you could bring dogs in the movie
It was
theater.
Apparently
so
you can.
dark I couldn't
Yeah.
see if it had like a service dog vest, but it was basically the highlight of my life.
Oh, wow. It'd be funny if you just dressed your dog up as a human or like a child, put it in like one of those front backpacks that they
Oh,
put
yeah.
babies in.
This is John Barkington. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? This is not my dog.
Yeah.
It's a man.
Was he quiet the whole time?
Yeah, I didn't know he was there until like halfway through the movie.
I went,
So.
I went to the Knights game last night and it was bark in the park, and you could tell they were there the whole game because
Yeah.
they were just
They were-
barking
That's
the
kinda why they
entire
call
time.
it
Yeah,
Bark
it
in the
is.
Park.
It is because they were talking to the other dogs. They're
You
like,
should,
"What's
be
up,
allowed,
man?"
you should be allowed to bring dogs more places.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time,
They're
if
more
I'm
well
getting
behaved than
food at the
children.
place, I don't necessarily know if I want
That is
a
the truth.
dog. To,
Yeah, but you're getting
Dog
food
hair.
from. Well, you're getting food from servers. You don't know what those servers have been doing.
well, I would like to think that they don't shed just walking around like dogs do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not like a massive ball of fur. Like
you
just...
Depends on the dog.
Get a fur burger.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Burgers, yeah.
Yeah.
Bristol, baby.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was
Yeah.
a weird race.
yeah.
Rated
and downs.
stuff like that. But I thought you had a good run going
Yeah, man. I
there.
felt good about it all the way up until we ran 90 laps green and I was backwards in every corner. But
Yeah.
it was good.
Yeah.
But good news is you are qualified for the Dash for Cash for Richmond.
Yeah, I was not
Good.
qualified, then I was
Yeah.
qualified.
You're
and
in. You're
now
out.
I'm back in.
You're in.
so
You're out.
I'm not exactly sure what the discrepancy was there 100%, but I got the call from Wayne Alton that morning. It was like, hey, man, you're back in. So I don't need nothing else, and I'm going to go run for $100,000 at Richmond.
That's good.
What would you do with the $100,000?
I was telling Blaney off air that just put an offering on a house.
Oh,
Yeah, so that was that'd go a long way.
that would go a long way.
Especially with the wife, right? Be pumped.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be big brownie points.
That's right. Maybe I
Yeah,
could
right.
get a upgrade from my teacup Yorkie to like a Mastiff or something.
What's the
There you
teacup's
go.
name?
Millie? Millie.
Superman.
Millie.
Super manly. Oh, yeah, especially when I'm
Right.
carrying her. She's riding in my truck with her head out the window. It's a good look.
It's good. And you're making your Cup debut.
I
at
am,
Richmond,
man.
too.
Dude, that's
in the
crazy.
8th.
Crazy to think about. In the 8, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Bring the 8 back.
return of the 8.
It's cool, too. Like, the font of the 8's like an old, like, Ralph Earnhardt 8, not
Mhm.
like a, Dale Jr. 8.
Oh.
Have
you talked to
play it both
Dale,
ways.
though?
I haven't
Since
talked to him
he's the one that
directly.
made it
No, he was like,
famous.
hey, man, I'm pumped. Good luck for you. That was on social media, so I think
Okay,
that counts.
that counts.
Yeah, so it's a good deal. I'm pumped to just go and, live out a dream that every kid wants to do. Never think you're going to be able to do it, so trying to enjoy it.
Good.
Awesome.
Is that your only one? So
Running
far?
the Roval in
Yeah.
the fall.
Roval.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That'll
So
be
Yeah,
it's,
you
that'll
tested
be
it,
interesting.
too.
I tested it.
How was it? I did
Oh,
not
he's
test
got a
it.
leg up
We
on
ran
you.
into each other after Menard and them tested, right? And you said that he
Oh,
had
that's right.
crashed.
Yeah.
It was like,
I think like
easy to do.
like a few people crashed that
Dude, it
test.
is seriously the
Is
sketchiest
there
thing.
another test before green in the fall?
I think there's a big open test.
Okay.
Yeah.
that I cannot take part in?
Ooh.
Apparently, it's unfair to the Xfinity guys if I'm in
Oh,
the Cup car.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
yeah, so throwing right to the wolves, man. I'm pumped.
wow. Well,
Picking some
Good luck
easy
with that.
tracks there.
Yeah,
I know,
I
right?
know.
Cut
yeah.
your teeth on.
Yeah, Richmond's hard. Roval's going to be tough.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I'm pumped,
Ryan
man.
loves Richmond.
I love Richmond. It's just so great.
I do enjoy Richmond. I enjoy it.
Yeah, last
Hopefully.
time they put our logo on the wall, I
Yeah.
don't think we got the.
Richmond.
Well, who?
Is our
Oh,
banner
it was
gonna be
Landon. It was Landon Castle that
Yeah.
Hit it.
hit it.
Yeah.
last year because you wanted to take it home. Remember?
I do remember
Yeah.
that.
I wanted to peel it off the wall. And I was going to do that because it was they put it on for, it was the last race of the regular season. And I was like, all right, after our playoff photos, I'm going to go rip that thing off the wall and bring it home. And it was destroyed because Landon hit it.
Yeah.
Killed it.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know.
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
We could do a whole show, a whole podcast series on Landon Castle. But no, he took out part of it. Like, our faces were still fine. So
I know. I should have just cut
Yeah.
the faces off.
that's the important part.
Yeah.
Not in the face.
Yeah. Not in the face. That's moneymaker. But,
Thanks.
well, thanks for coming on here.
You're like, good show.
Yeah,
Well, that
good
was
show.
fun while
Really
it
good
lasted.
show. Yeah,
Awesome
well,
show.
We had a good roll there going.
We do a
Good
solid
vibe.
5-minute show.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we're out. Yeah, it's teasers only.
That's about all I have the capability. Just sit still for is about 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about these chairs is you can sort of just swivel back and forth.
I'm figuring that out. I can see everybody doing
Yeah,
it, so it makes
so
me
that
feel
way-
like
I
I'm
don't think
It's
I
a little-
swiveled in this.
Sometimes it's awkward when he bumped knees. I
Yeah.
bumped knees with Daniel a couple
a
times.
couple
Oh.
times now.
And I
yours
have a
is
hole in my
exposed over
jean
here.
too, and like my hair kind of gets caught in his jean a little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird,
That's
but
that
you know,
is that's interesting.
yeah.
You just like pulled that clip out from the conversation. Would be very weird.
That's
Oh,
gonna be the
context.
teaser.
Put
Yeah.
that in context.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
the teaser clip for this episode is hair cotton jeans.
Anyways,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
tracking other people's DNA with you. But anyway,
We're doing really well on this show so far.
We are.
Uh,
Yeah,
just
last
so-
week was a good show.
last week was,
Crashing and
was
burning.
such a good show. But no, so Bristol, we talked about it was really unique. It was really weird. You know, we got wrecked Sunday.
You
and I
led a
went
lot of
home.
laps though.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean anything. So
Hey, I was right there with you on
Uh,
Saturdays.
yeah, hey, yeah. But yeah, we got wrecked, and I was home Sunday by like 7:00, and they already called the race, and like I watched it on Monday, which was really weird. Like I've never been a part of anything like that.
Oh,
I
I
thought
didn't
how you
think
felt about that. I
Yeah.
heard somebody call into one show and was like, is it worse for the guys that are out that are sitting at home with their feet up, or is it worse for the guys that are already 20 laps down but they got to go back and finish the race? And I'm like, definitely worse to have to go back
Yeah.
and finish.
Yeah, like Truex or
Mhm.
Chase or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
who
Tyler
were-
Dillon,
who
yeah,
were
punch
tore up.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, have to sit there another night and then just go
Uh-huh.
ride around for another 300 laps.
Yeah, I guess if you
here's
have
a
to be
beer. You
Yeah,
guys-
yeah.
if you have to be out of the race, it's nice to be out on a weekend where it got bumped to the next day.
I mean, I would personally. Still
You
like
would prefer
in
to
the
be
race,
on the
but-
track,
exactly
but
right.
let's take if you had
Yeah.
to be out of a race, any
Yeah.
of the races this
To
year.
be honest, I didn't feel bad for anybody who had to stay. I was like, I want to feel bad for you, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I feel bad. enough
You're at
to
least
stay.
there, like
Yeah.
racing.
Yeah.
Who were you
exactly.
cheering for from your couch?
Well, obviously one of the Penske guys. But,
Yeah.
it was a decent race at the end. We saw the bump and run.
Yeah.
You did.
KB,
Yeah.
KL.
Did anybody see Brexton just picking his nose in victory lane?
Was he going at it?
Oh my
I
gosh!
saw that.
Yeah.
Before they cut the shot from victory lane, Brexton had like,
Digging for Skittles.
oh yeah, the entire finger
That's
up
pretty
there.
good.
I will give it to Samantha though; she had a good attitude about it. She posted a side by side. You remember when Kyle was in the media center last year? I think it was the "Everything Is Great" one or "Nothing Surprises Me,"
Oh yeah.
and they had caught him picking his nose before he picked up the mic. She did
Yeah.
like a side by side of the
That's
shots
nice.
of the two of them.
Like father, like son.
Yep.
That is nice.
But so Bristol, you get a sword if you
Yeah.
win. And that's pretty amazing. It's like an old because it's last great Coliseum. They give you a cool like
Gladiator
Spartan,
You're
sword.
like Russell
Gladiator
Crowe.
sword.
Yeah, I wouldn't
running
know.
around.
like Russell Crowe. I wouldn't either. I have no idea. And I've just seen photos. And so Daniel, I want to get your take on this. So
Oh, boy.
we got talking about a I don't really know how this got brought up. A poop knife.
It was on Reddit. It was a
on
Reddit
Reddit.
conversation.
And so apparently some families and homes they use a knife to chop up their feces so
Really?
it flushes. And would the Bristol sword be the ultimate poop knife? I think it'd be too big.
I think that's good
It
though because
seems-
you're farther away from the toilet. Like you can just be like,
That's a very
true.
good point. I mean, it seems a little excessive, but from that side of it,
yeah. Because think about it, if you're just using like a regular kitchen
That's
knife,
true.
you don't know how deep the water is.
Yeah.
you don't even have to wear gloves with.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to
Bristol
wear
knife, right? You
gloves
just-
with a Bristol knife.
That's true. In that case, I'd get like a old like long sword. It's like
Yeah.
that long from medieval times.
Like the one from what is it? Braveheart,
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like you're just
Claymore or whatever.
Can you
Yeah,
imagine if
Claymore.
you walked into somebody's bathroom and just hanging on the wall was like a Bristol type like gladiator sword?
it was the Bristol. They were like, yeah, that's what I do with my trophy. I cut it
Well, I mean, how many
Yeah.
times has Kyle Busch won that race?
7.
7.
He's got one for all his bathrooms.
Well, but how long have they been giving out the sword though?
Oh yeah, not as
Not as long as
as
the
he's.
7.
Not long.
His
Maybe
7.
maybe 3 of them. He's
Yeah.
the one that has a sword.
But still, that's enough swords that he can use one as his poop knife.
I could see Kyle Busch using a poop knife.
Hey, man.
Hey, whatever works.
He's digging for gold. That might help.
Yeah. Might find some gold.
No, there's other. We always talk about poop on the show for some reason.
I don't know. It always ends up getting.
comes back to that.
Go with what's natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Everybody poops.
Well, there's somebody that's going around in New York pooping on
girls.
lawns.
Oh, we talked about that.
Not in New York. There's another one.
Oh.
There was one out in Colorado.
Yeah.
Now there's another one.
Oh, that's
around
what
New
this
York.
headline,
Yeah.
the poop is loose.
Yeah.
Mad pooper of New York.
Yeah.
Mad
Running around Orchard Park, New York, pooping in people's yards.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
Like the headlines, back in the day, like there was like bank robbers or stuff like that, or murderers, and now it's just like, oh, people are other people. Like that's how like that's like how downhill it is.
Do you think he brings
uncool
toilet paper with him?
No, I think he just
cardboard.
brings the cardboard.
Or cardboard.
Yeah, just brings.
I got a
roll.
lot of people back me
hose.
up on Twitter saying that they have used the cardboard before.
Yeah, I saw
There
that.
were a lot of people. Thank you.
Those people. God bless you.
My stance still does not change.
Yeah.
How I don't support that.
The other fun part about the poop talk, and this was thrown out last week when you talk about not using toilet paper, there's also a thing that you shouldn't use the hand dryers in the bathrooms. The automatic hand dryers.
Why not?
Because it's just swirling fecal matter around in the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought about that.
Yeah.
When I
Even the Dyson ones that are like.
Probably.
Like
Is it
the
still there?
double side.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you
sound,
wonder,
that's
you
how it
wonder
sounds.
where it comes from, and it's just cycling the air that's around you. Yeah.
Like
So
air
you're just
That's a little disturbing.
blowing.
everywhere.
Yeah. Just into
There's
your
a
hand.
solution to that. There's
Oof.
if you've been to Holler and Dash, their bathrooms have the have the hand dryers in the sink. So it's like you wash your hands and then the hand dryer is like right there, so it's blowing all the water into the sink.
Or how about this? People, don't be disgusting individuals and close the toilet seat lid when you flush the toilet. That would keep less poop particles
Or just
from getting into the air. You wouldn't have a cyclone of feces.
There's not usually lids though in public bathrooms.
We got to all work together here.
Depends on the
we gotta
public
work
bathroom.
together.
It depends on the public bathroom, but
It
the
takes a
ones
village.
that have like a vortex
Vortex
strength
theory?
flush,
Yeah.
those do never have lids.
Those do never have.
They
No, you
just
can't have
never
lids. There's so much suction going down, it would just break the lid. That's a true statement.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
Did you see where Bubba couldn't get out of his bus, by the way?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
that
was
was
And he had to
hilarious.
crawl up the bathroom.
That was funny.
He had to crawl out the emergency hatch in
Poop
his
chute.
back bathroom.
That's the
Yeah,
poop chute,
his
right?
poop, yeah, the poop chute.
Did
Yeah.
he have somebody take it out from the outside that panel, or did he do
You
it
can
from the
take it off
inside?
from
You
the
can do it
inside.
from the
Yeah,
inside.
You have to, pretty much.
Okay.
I think you can access it from the outside, but I'm pretty sure he got it off, and his bus driver kind of like picked it up off the
and he
thing.
just like crawled through
Just crawled
the
through.
the
Yeah.
bathroom.
It was crazy because I saw the photo and like behind the toilet, and it's like half a toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cut. I saw that.
It's just like-
everything. Yeah.
Cut straight off. I'm like, I didn't think this is how a toilet works, but maybe in a motorhome and the escape hatch, that's how it's got to work. But
Very interesting.
doesn't make
Yeah.
me feel safe about using a motorhome toilet if it just could.
I think motorhome toilets are probably the nicest.
That would
toilets out
actually have been a really funny joke if he hadn't have done that before. Is to prank Bubba again? Now you can't, but to have taken off the wall of his toilet, like his bathroom,
Yeah.
as a prank. So then the next time he went to the bathroom, like it's just open,
Be open.
and everybody can see.
That's
like
pretty
that.
funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You don't know. He might not listen to the show.
I don't think he does.
Yeah.
I don't think any race car drivers listen to our show at
Hey,
all.
I didn't before this,
No.
but I will now, considering our talk already.
That's what he
Okay.
said.
You say that. You
You
say that. Yeah.
Then you might listen to this episode
and be like,
and then be like, I don't want to listen to
terrible.
this.
Ay.
That made me feel really uncomfortable in a lot of different ways.
Would you brush knees again?
What's that? Yeah, we did.
Oh,
we
God.
did. We did.
Bob Pockris listens to the show though,
I'm
and
gonna
that's
sit
just as
over
good.
here or something.
You're quite a hairy young man.
I have a lot of hair.
We're just
You can
A lot
tell
of
from
hair.
my knee and some of my hand.
yeah. Hey man,
Keeps
How
me
about
warm.
that?
I'm right there with you, brother.
Yeah.
I got the
I think
got
you're a
the-
little
the
bit more than I am.
Yeah, I got the follicles.
Yeah.
I'm not follically
I
challenged.
can't grow on the face.
Which is surprising because blondes usually have less hair. I feel that's a lot.
I just feel like you
Got a
can't
lot of
really
hair.
see
Yeah.
blonde hair
But it's there.
necessarily.
But it's
It's like a
Oh,
surprise.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Believe
It's
it or
sneak
not.
hair.
It's there.
Yeah.
Are people surprised? Are girls surprised?
Sometimes,
At the
yeah.
hair.
Sometimes. A lot of them are fans, though. A
Of
lot of
the
ladies
hair.
are fans of hair.
Yeah.
Okay,
chest
Kim,
hair.
are you
That's
where
what I was, that's
yeah.
what I was
where
about to
do
ask.
you and do you not like hair on a male?
Chest hair is nice.
Okay.
It's very masculine.
How much chest hair though?
I mean, not like the jungle.
Like all the way down to your belly button, or like
I'm okay with that as long as it's not like dense.
It's not like Austin Powers.
Not like
density.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back hair, not so much.
I feel like it'd be awkward though if you only had
weird
all chest
upper
hair and
arm
like
hair.
slick back. That seems that'd be like
that would be a little
weird transition.
Yeah.
That's true, but just like a natural growth on the chest. Yeah.
No hair on the head, bald guys.
Hair on the head is good. Hair on the arms, legs, fine.
Right.
Yeah. Just maybe not back, which is weird if you think about it. Just like
it is. Just like
hair everywhere except for your back.
Yeah, I went through a time in college where I was not a fan of my back hair.
Yeah, you've told us.
Yeah.
And you got what, chemical burns?
Yeah, chemical burns.
Using Nair.
And wax.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I had some really great friends.
Oh man.
Yeah, I volunteered for it though, so I can't blame it on them. That was on me.
Have you ever?
Because I was self-conscious about it back then.
Have you had any ladies ask you to like, oh, you might want to take care of that?
And if they did, they'd be gone.
They'd be gone.
Look,
part of me.
It's a lot of work too, and I get it. Ladies have to put in a lot of work with their grooming techniques and things that they have to do with the legs and the armpits and all that stuff. Like I understand that, and I respect that. And the trouble is, like with back hair, like legs, you can see your leg, right? You can see all of your leg. You can get to all of your leg.
Would you ask your significant
I'm sitting
other
there going like this
for
if
help?
I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's the next question. Like, so how long do you have to be in a relationship before you say, hey, how do you really feel about feel about my back?
And will you shave it for me?
Will you shave?
Like? That's the next.
Let's say you get into your old age, because I feel like men start to have hair in places that they didn't when they were younger, and
true.
You have a back full of hair. Do you ask Kenzie to remove it for you?
I don't think I'll have to ask Kenzie. I think she would just
willingly
be like, hey, this got to go. I'm between the legs and the arms. That's it. Like I'm not hairy at all. So she got that lucky.
Yeah, I'm not either. I got
if that's her thing.
A couple strands on my chest.
Yeah, I guess I feel like I got it lucky. I'm not really sure. I probably need to ask her how she feels about it.
Yeah.
That would have been something to do before the last 10 years, probably.
But you got the ring on, so I mean, you're good now.
Yeah, no,
you can't go back on the hair thing now.
I'm aware proud.
Yeah.
I feel like they lie though sometimes. They're like, "Oh, it's fine.
Everybody does.
The hair's fine. I don't mind.
What?
I don't mind at all.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's what would that be? It's not me, it's you.
It could be.
That's exactly what that is.
Chuck had to use that line on a girl this weekend.
Did you?
Look. I did not use that line. I did not use that.
It's not you, it's me.
No. I didn't use that line. Look,
did you say it's not me, it's you?
People should say that.
Yeah, you're the problem.
I mean, at the end of the day, that is probably the gist of the argument. Is it's there's a whole thing there.
And we got a whole
I'm
show.
getting flustered right now.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm getting really this is my thing.
Yeah.
I'm pumped to hear this.
All right. No, I mean, look, sometimes it's just not the right time for those things to happen. And you don't always do it the best way.
Can you define those things?
What, relationships ending?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Ending of relationships. And it's not always a pretty thing. And it's not always.
So you say it's not you, it's me.
You use a little bit better verbiage than that. Like, look, I'm going through a tough time right now, really trying to deal with some things. And it's nothing that you did. But, I'm just trying to deal with my own stuff.
She probably went and told all her friends that you are
an
asshole.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah, even though if you're the nicest guy ever doing it.
Right.
It always
have you used that line? Oh, it's not you, it's me.
No. I've never really dated anybody before, so I have never been in that position.
It's not fun, man. It is not fun.
I wouldn't think it is. But we got to be awkward.
Well, it is. And so there's ways that you can go about doing it now with technology. You can either A, ghost somebody, B, send it via text.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Or C, do it in person.
You should always do it in person.
I think
unless you haven't been dating that long.
It's always funny because I feel like it's always easier to say you should do it in person until you're the person.
Yeah.
Until you're in that situation.
That's true.
Yeah.
I could see that.
You're sitting there watching tears roll down somebody's face. You're like, oh, God.
It's like going to a job interview.
Well, why are you making her cry?
Look, man.
Yeah.
I can't help
you
it
make
that
people
this
cry?
is...
Walking out the door.
Yeah, look, when you see this roll in the room, you're like, oh, man, that is some sexy man meat.
Yeah.
And when you say, hey, look, I'm not feeling this, that breaks hearts.
Right.
Are you upset if the girl isn't upset? Like if you
No,
said that
I would
to the girl and she was like, cool, I'm out.
I'd actually prefer it to be like a mutual thing. It's like, oh,
I wasn't feeling it either.
Yeah. Sweet. That's
but then
great.
That's what I'm saying, though. Do you second guess yourself? Or you're like, well,
No, because I've been on the other side of that.
Okay.
Like, I've been on the side where, like, well, I thought this was going great.
Mm.
And then, you get into,
That's serious.
Yeah.
Right.
Love lines.
You were about to say you're a heartbreaker. I was about to say, did you used to play in a band with Tom Petty?
No, I didn't.
And the Heartbreakers.
I have played some Tom Petty covers.
Yeah, you played any more shows?
Yeah, we're doing like every Wednesday night, man, at the Keg and Q. Come on down to the Keg and Q, grab you a $2 PBR, and hop out there. And so we had somebody Facebook Live us last week. So
really?
There's a couple of videos on the internet.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to
some
look
Tom
them
Petty.
up.
Yeah.
What Tom Petty song?
We did crap. Why am I drawing a blank?
I don't think that was a song.
No, it's not a song. I'm seriously drawing a blank.
You gotta have a knife
Free
for that
Falling.
Not Free Falling. It's Son of a Biscuit. I'm not going to sing it. I can't sing it. But just know that we did some Tom Petty songs. They were fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I might have to check y'all out this Wednesday. I'm not doing anything Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh,
Might have to go to Charlotte.
It's a
Have
good
a few.
little hole in the wall venue. Last week there was a lady who at the end of the show said, "Man, I need to go home and go to bed. I ain't slept in 2 days."
It's that kind of crowd.
Yeah, that kind of crowd where you're like, okay, so
That was before or after you broke up.
that was during. That was why.
Oh.
That was the reason why. Yeah. Moving on from that, though. Speaking of breaking up and friends and all that, I did see an article that said you have to spend, I think, about 100 hours with somebody to be considered BFFs.
How many hours have we spent together on this podcast?
We've got, what?
What was like an hour?
Yeah,
per
40
episode.
40 some odd episodes.
Yeah, we're not BFFs yet.
Plus,
We're like halfway
like
there.
time spent planning.
True. Time spent
That's,
planning.
So
that's
I'd
another little bit, huh?
Say we're over 50. I think it was,
Like at the waving stage when you pass.
yeah.
Mhm.
No, like 50
guys.
hours is like close friends, but not like close.
Mm.
Like you're in the
At
range.
like awkward hug stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, like enough to follow each other on Twitter and stuff.
40 to
Yeah.
60 hours becomes casual friends. 80 to 100 hours, you're in the best friend.
Okay.
Best friend is generally 200 or 200 plus. True friends,
Oh wow.
80 to 100.
So we're in the casual.
Yeah.
Like we just started hanging out a couple times, and like haven't even done anything yet.
Mm-mm.
Just like
Well, I mean,
Maybe
maybe
arm
done
around.
anything. It's like,
I mean, we've touched knees and we haven't been around each other 100 hours.
that's true. But we did grow up together. Though.
We did a little bit.
A little bit.
We did.
Oh, yeah?
We raced legend cars a bunch together. And
Yeah. It was kind of always
Stuff like
like
that.
different.
Were you guys friends or like frenemies?
He's actually a bit younger than I am, right? How old are you?
A little bit. I'm 24.
Yeah, I'm 27.
Oh,
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little bit
so
of an age
I can remember
difference.
watching him race. I was
that's true. You were always a little like a class ahead of me.
That's right.
He was-
Look at us now.
He was the big boy.
Look at you.
My man's
now.
big time over here.
Jeez, you're about to be.
Yeah, how about that micro sprint debut you had in Oklahoma?
That was terrible.
Remember that?
That was awful. Yeah.
I think I experienced it the year before you did.
Did you
I
really?
had the same experience with it. It was awful.
So, were you dating Kenzie at that time?
Yeah. We just started dating.
Okay.
I say that
So-
about a year. We dated almost a year.
Yeah.
So we were close friends.
Mhm.
So her dad had a micro sprint car team,
Mhm.
Okay.
and so it's like the week or a week and a half before they run the
Chili Bowl.
Chili Bowl, called
Mhm.
the Tulsa Shootout, and they run these little micros, and you can run them with a wing or without a wing. So you'd run 2 classes, you just bolt the wing on and off.
Yeah.
And I went 1 year, and because
Hey,
her
hang on.
dad asked me,
Were you like completely overwhelmed with the fact that there was like 1,000 cars there?
yeah,
Like,
I didn't
hey,
really know what to expect.
It's the biggest show in the world for these guys racing, right?
Oh, wow.
So I should, anyways, carry
Yeah.
on.
Well, I show up there, and I don't really know what to do. I've never driven these cars before. Her dad just was like, "Hey, you should drive this car."
Yeah.
And Christopher Bell was running with us.
Yeah.
He
So
was
yeah,
on the
so
same
Kenzie's
team.
dad. Yeah, so Christopher
I
drove for
forget
Kenzie's
that
dad.
he's like 22. He seems so much younger to me. But isn't
Yeah.
Christopher Bell's like, what, 22?
I think he's 23. Yeah,
23? It's like almost, for some
Yeah.
reason, he seems like he's like 18
got a
or
baby
19.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was waxing. Like he was. I don't know if he won it that year.
I thought you meant the beard. He was
Yeah.
waxing.
No.
He actually
got a baby
just won it
face.
the
He was
first
waxing
time
his
this year.
beard.
He finally won that race.
That's
So he won the
all she
Chili Bowl twice before he won that.
Oh wow.
Pretty wild.
But anyway, I don't know if I made it out of like the M main.
That's what I was in.
It was
Oh.
terrible.
Were they
It
just
went
hard to drive, the cars?
It's just like, I mean, it's legitimately like their race. I guess
Yeah.
that's their world.
Oh, they just prep for, that's all they're prepping
yeah.
for.
It's
So,
it's like imagine you just like lacing up and going out to play like the Super Bowl.
That's
And
exactly
you
what
have
it's like.
no idea what you're doing. You've never
Yeah.
played a football game in your life. I've never even seen one of these cars before.
I've never felt so uncomfortable in a race.
So
in my
did
life.
I.
I mean, at least you had a little bit of dirt background, right? Like I'm like
Oof.
straight asphalt. I've never even seen.
A little bit. People think I have more dirt experience than I do, and I don't really.
That's
I've
right.
only
I
been in a
guess it's
sprint
just
car
because your
like 4 or
family.
5 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
It
want to go
was-
back and do it again one day, just
I
because
would
it's
like
so
to.
bad.
I want to redeem. We should start a team.
Yeah, like we'll sign in different names and just
Yeah.
Christopher can own the cars, and we'll go.
Yeah. I'll be like,
what's the age range of these guys that are running this?
Oh my gosh, there's at least 30 or 40 classes, and there's kids from like 5 to grown adults.
Oh,
yeah. But
Pretty
it's
wild.
It's a pretty cool event. Yeah, it's before the Chili Bowl. Same place,
same
everything.
They park all the trailers inside. It's pretty. Yeah. Anyways, we always joke around about that, so I was like, "Hey, how overwhelmed did you feel?" Because I was completely overwhelmed.
I felt terrible.
Good time.
Embarrassed. I've never been so embarrassed to show my face at a racetrack before in my life.
I was so bad.
This year, redemption will be spelled RYAN.
I like that.
What movie is that from?
Anchorman.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on now. That's Anchorman.
I know.
That's the thing.
My apologies.
Speaking of movies, we're getting close. We're getting close to
Infinity War.
420. Too.
Oh, Super Troopers
Super
2. Yeah.
Troopers.
Schnozberries.
My wife is extremely
Comes
excited
out
about that.
3 days.
Is she a big
3 days.
fan?
Yeah.
Apparently, I
If
didn't
we're
know
still
that.
here.
And we go to movies like
If the world's still here.
once or twice a week. And
Do you have Movie Pass?
No, we don't.
Kim is on the Movie Pass game now.
I used it for the first time last night.
Yeah?
It was amazing.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they show the preview of Super Troopers 2, and she was like, coming out of the chair. I was like, all right, cool. I guess she likes the first one. So
You
back
learn
in.
something new every day.
I did. That's 10 years in the making, and that was the first for us. So that's pretty cool to share, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for the new movie, man. I like the first one. And you keep seeing more and more previews actually on TV now.
Yeah.
For that. You didn't really see that a month ago.
They're putting press out for it.
Yeah.
Like they're really
Finally.
They've gained some traction.
They had an ad, a Hooters ad during the
I
race
saw
with
it, yeah.
Chase.
Yeah.
Where
I saw that.
I saw it too.
and he didn't know what a schnozberry was, or was that the setup for?
Has he seen the movie?
I don't
I
think
have
he
a feeling
has.
Chase has not seen the first one.
I feel like I've dropped a couple references on him, and he just kind of doesn't know what I'm talking
Yeah.
I have a confession. I've never seen it.
What?
I know. I'm sorry.
about. You got 3 days.
Apparently,
Yeah.
apparently, I've got to prep because my
You
wife
need to
loves
prep
it. So
because she is pumped.
oh my gosh,
You have to
I'm
watch
excited.
Super Troopers, the original, and then you have to watch Beer Fest
Yes.
as well.
Okay,
It's the same actors in it, same group of guys. And then
to really get to know what's going on.
Yeah.
I
You
wonder
really
if
will
you
know
could
their
see the second Super Troopers and still be okay having not seen the first one.
I would hope
Like if
so.
it's standalone.
I would hope it would be.
I think so. It might be funnier if you've seen the first one,
Well,
but
when was the first one made? Or roughly?
2000 and no,
15
early
years
2000s.
Okay.
I forget what year we're in.
it's
People-
2018.
When people
Kim.
are like 2005, I'm like, oh yeah, that was like 5 years ago.
it was like 2000.
Yeah, that's what happens when we get older.
Yeah.
5.
I mean, I want to say it was like 99, 2000.
I don't think it was that old.
No, I think it was.
because
think it was
I
like
was in.
2000.
I'm
I
going to
was
say
in high school.
04.
You're gonna say
I'm
04?
gonna say 98.
2001.
Oh, 2001.
Yeah, we're both wrong. You know, it got a 35 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't know how that's possible.
It's
I
because
don't
people
always
are-
trust
yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes.
I generally
I never
do.
I just roll with it. I want to see it. I go see it.
Yeah.
I don't look at the reviews. I'm just
I like to.
I saw Quiet Place.
I saw your tweet. What did you think?
Crazy.
Right?
Crazy. Yeah.
What was it about?
A Quiet Place is with
John Krasinski.
John Krasinski and his wife, Emily Blunt.
Okay.
And it's about, it's kind of like, I don't know, the world's kind of gone. It's like Armageddon or whatever.
Okay.
And you have to there's these monsters out there that are really acute to sound. I guess they're blind, but their hearing is crazy. So everyone is like, most of the movie is crazy how quiet it is.
Just creepy.
Yeah.
Is there like
very
that piercing silence?
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
There's some music every now and
Yeah.
then and some,
like sound effects.
there's some
but it's just
dialogue.
like
Oh.
Yeah. But
Check
like,
it out.
you're sitting in the theater and you're like,
You're waiting.
you don't realize how quiet you're
yeah,
being.
you're like trying to take a drink of water and you're like really slow and stuff and forget eating. Eat before you go.
Yeah.
Because there's this people who sat next to me who were eating popcorn the whole time. It pissed me off.
Where you're like, shut up.
They're
I
gonna
just
get you.
I just kept looking at him. I'm like, you're gonna kill me because you're gonna bring him to you.
No, you just got to be more quiet. Let the thing eat them.
That's true. Well,
that
that
is
was the
true.
thing. Or just run away 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But then do you tell like the monster when it's eating the people, hey, can you keep it down? I'm trying to hide from the monster over here.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, maybe.
it was crazy. The ending was I don't know what I felt about.
My sister didn't like the ending. I liked
Yeah.
it. I didn't love the ending.
I don't know.
I don't
you guys
wanna
have to
ruin-
see it.
I don't wanna
Yeah,
ruin
you
I'm gonna
guys
it for
see
gotta-
it.
anybody.
You
Did,
guys gotta
did it
see
just come out?
Yeah, it came out
Yeah.
like last week.
Mm-hmm.
You should see it this
Okay.
week for sure.
I'm gonna get
Yeah.
with Kenzie. We'll go
A
watch
Quiet
Super
It's a
Place.
Troopers.
good, yeah, it's a
Should be
good, I think it would be a good like date movie.
I'm not going to do scary movies.
It's,
It's
not,
not
scary.
Okay.
It's
It's
very
suspenseful.
suspenseful. There's a couple jump moments though. Like you will jump.
They would get you.
Oh,
Yeah, I started
I like that.
sweating at one point in the movie, and it was that intense. You know the same when they're in the water.
for the water, the knee deep
and-
water.
Yeah,
But,
Okay. Yeah.
but it's not scary. I
it's
promise
crazy.
you.
It's cool.
I don't like scary movies, and I thought it was a really good movie.
You sold it for me. That was good.
Yeah, dude, it's a great movie. Whoever, I don't know who.
John Krasinski directed it. I don't know who wrote it, but it was his like directorial debut, I think.
Yeah.
I am so bad at like the actresses.
Really?
Names. I can never remember.
So you don't have like celebrity crushes.
Hayden Panettiere. I can remember her.
Oh yeah.
Remember her. Yeah, she always did something for me.
Yeah, she was. What happened to her?
She had a kid with a hockey player.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The dude is like 3 times.
She's like 4'10", and he's like 7'10".
Yeah, Kinsey watches that Nashville.
Oh yeah. She's in that.
So we're. I'm always tuned into that. Like my manly stories. Me and my dog. Nashville.
Nashville. I watch CMT all the time.
Yep, that's my go-to.
I heard they're doing that show, the NASCAR Wives or whatever, on CMT. There's rumors.
I have no comment about
There's
that.
always been, what, your wife isn't going to be on there?
No. Is your wife going to be on there?
I doubt it. I have no idea what you're talking about either.
Good.
No, I'd only seen rumblings.
There's always been rumblings about that. Like I remember 10 years ago, there was going to be a
I
show
think
like
I saw
that.
Dale tweet about it, and that's the only reason I knew.
I don't know who's. I think it's
pretty sure like
coming on. It's Hamlin's. It's like Jordan Fish and like Austin's wife, Paul Swan's future wife, and a couple others, I guess. And I don't know. I think they're trying to make it like Real Housewives of.
It's gonna be a mess.
NASCAR.
It's gonna be a mess.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
Could be good TV,
we'll all have to watch
none of them listen to this show, so we can talk about it.
Okay, that's good.
I don't know. I think Jordan does listen from time to time.
Does she really?
She does. She has said stuff.
Oh,
Like,
you know what she has said? She said, "Oh, I used to work with Chuck here and there."
She worked in the archive department at NASCAR for a little bit. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I did not know
log-in
that at
footage. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's gonna be a great show then.
I cannot wait to tune in.
I just hope they fight. You know, like I never really watched Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I feel like they get really.
There's all kinds of drama. And, Oh yeah.
But like all these people are friends though.
I was gonna say,
on the NASCAR side, they're like all very friendly with each other.
Well, they were till the show started.
Yeah,
that's the thing about reality TV is that's all not real.
Yeah,
that's staged. That's the producer going.
Like it's like loosely scripted.
Yeah.
It's more situational. It's not scripted, but they're like, here, you guys need to go to this place together.
You're right.
And talk about this, but it's not like line for line. Like
I think people really think it's just because they use their real names. Like they're like, oh, these people are using their real names. It must be.
Maybe they won't be friends anymore though after the show.
Maybe
you'd be determined.
There should be less friendships.
What, on the show?
No, in the sport.
Oh, well.
Think about.
All right, I'll start wrecking people.
Think about if you and Chase like hated each other.
I
feel like
we don't like each other at all.
I didn't think so.
What are you even talking about? We're sworn enemies. We just put on an act.
The two of you would be like
they are desperate housewives.
The cover of National Enquirer.
You know how many people would hate me if I hated Chase? Like 80% of NASCAR.
America.
Yeah, America.
America.
Yeah, and some foreigners. But no, yeah, we've talked about.
What if you guys had like a fake
putting a feud on
enemy, like a fake feud?
Yeah, like fighting.
Well, people on the podcast would obviously know the shtick, but people who don't listen to it would think it was real.
I think it would be real.
I need to be in the middle of it so I can feed off a little bit of y'all's fame.
We should do it. We could all Richmond, man, or the Roval.
We could do it. The Roval.
Roval's a playoff race.
Is there a situation where you would?
Richmond.
Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Is there a situation where you would legitimately be in a feud? Because we've seen where you've had a couple of like not tiffs, but things happen on track, and you guys make up.
Dale Earnhardt comes to mind.
You cook dinner for him. Is there a situation you can picture where you would just be so mad at him?
At Chase?
Yeah. That, like, in the future, like something he would do.
I think you can get really pissed off somebody if they, like, wreck you for the win. Like,
yeah.
Like
I feel like any feud like that, it always seems like there's one person that's receptive to apology or not.
Yeah.
But there's never two people that are just so headstrong that they can't get over it. That's when I feel like.
Are you the type that texts or calls or does in person when you feel like you need to apologize to another driver?
It depends on how bad it was, or
so you've done any of the.
Yeah, I've done a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with Daniel. It depends how bad it is. Like if it's really bad, you try to text him or call him like right away.
I spun Chase Briscoe out this week, and I will not call him because I did not feel bad about it. So I'll leave that at that. So
well, yeah,
it just depends on how bad you feel.
No, yeah. Like, I mean, if you're like, I didn't try to not do that. That makes sense.
Yeah, you know where you're
internally.
You know,
did not try to not do that.
Yeah. But yeah, you just sometimes you don't even.
My question is there anything that can happen on the track that would lead to just a long-standing feud, or would it have to involve stuff off the track too? Like, because
that's when it gets deep, I think.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the on-track stuff, that's just part of racing. Those things are going to happen. You're going to spin somebody that you like.
There's some awesome, excuse me, NASCAR drama last year at Bristol, like Ross Chastain and Jeremy Clements.
Oh yeah.
But come to find out, it was like a woman involved off the racetrack.
Yeah.
That was like that's the stuff we need to hear about. That was.
Or when
stuff.
you take it off the racetrack, when like Denny kicked Bubba off the.
Yeah, kicked him off the hoop group.
Yeah, the hoop group golf guys tour. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they still speak. I don't know.
I knew when Bubba texted me to play golf that following week that he definitely got kicked off the golf tournament too. So,
yeah. I don't
know. Is
there
there a driver that apologizes too much?
Justin Allgaier.
Just too apologetic.
He wrecked my teammate Matt Tiff this week, and I literally saw every single interview and sat in the media center, and he apologized in each one of them, and Matt Tiff is still pissed, so he don't care.
So it didn't work.
Yeah. Sometimes you're pissed. I mean, if you feel like someone did it intentionally. I think what you said, Chuck, like, could you be strictly really, really mad at somebody for things they only do on the track forever, for a long time? And I think that just depends. Like, sometimes it's going to happen. But if, like, someone just goes out and, like, intentionally is, like, out to get you, then it kind of starts to take you off. But there's not really much of that nowadays, you know?
That would make me think that they would have some sort of, like, you cut them off in line at the Wendy's or something, and that pissed them off, and they're like, I'm just going to go after them.
Yeah. I think it, like...
And you would never know what it was.
Yeah. That stuff lasts maybe, like, maximum of a month.
Yeah,
I mean, think of the two people in the sport who hate each other the most. I mean, who would that be? Brad and
Kyle, right?
It's gone. It's gone forever now. Brad and Kyle, Chase and Denny. Like, I don't think they race each other terrible. I mean, when they were at, like, their worst, it lasted for, like, 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I feel like we all get so much other stuff going on that we can't let ourselves just keep.
Yeah.
We just forget because we got so much other stuff happening.
Yeah.
Well, then how much of that is, like, fans projecting
a lot
that, there's a feud here? Like,
a lot of it.
Kevin Harvick.
Or, like, goading them on Twitter, like,
Kevin,
what are you going to do?
Tweeted at Dale when Dale posted the video about the Bristol race. And it was like, those girls only, like, 2 cars on the lead lap. The third place car was 8 laps down.
Yeah.
And everybody thought that he was just
jamming a knife.
Yeah, like, being the black hat.
Yeah.
How much of that is fans projecting?
It's fans and media that blow up most of it.
I agree. 100%.
Pretty much. Honestly, internally, like, drivers usually get over stuff really fast, and fans and media blow it up. Media mostly.
In the tracks. The
Sorry.
tracks use
like, you're looking at us.
Don't look at me.
I mean,
tracks use it, though, to promote their race.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at what Eddie Gossage did
at
Texas last year after Martinsville race.
That was pretty clever, actually.
It was very clever. And then what he did this year was pretty funny, too.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
I enjoyed it. Bravo, Eddie.
Who was it that did
the
boxing
Brad and
stuff?
the Jeff, and then that was Texas, I think, that did the boxing stuff.
With Smoke and Carl Edwards. They had, like,
Maybe.
That was a couple years ago.
Where was that at?
Going into Homestead, I think it was in the
what
fall.
Driver has
and they had,
the
like,
most?
a boxing
I'm trying to think
thing.
what driver has the most feuds with the most other drivers consistently. Is it Brad?
Like active drivers?
Yeah, like active or recently.
I say that I feel like Brad just gets attacked more than the other people.
He does. He does. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's like Brad, Kyle,
consistently. Brad and Kyle.
Joey's
been in a couple. But nothing like.
Wasn't it Tony that was going to beat Joey at Pocono or somewhere?
It was Fontana.
That's
Fontana,
like, years ago.
2013.
Yeah,
something
His
like that.
dad jumped in, and
that was awesome.
When Joey's dad jumped in.
No, that was Harvick.
That was
Joey.
Harvick. Yeah.
Back when Joey was driving the Home Depot car.
So Joey's had a few.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's had a few, but
yeah.
It was never really anything he ever did, though. It was like
people coming after him.
People coming after him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I feel like it was probably he was young when a lot of that stuff was going on, so it was maybe a little bit of older drivers kind of saying, "Hey, man, this is your place. Like, this is our sport.
You're at the bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah, you're low man on the totem pole. I know you think you're king shit the wonder turd,
right?
But
oh, whoa,
that was deep.
It's like going from a senior in high school to a freshman in college.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Because now at what, 28, 30? How old is he? How old is
he? Ain't 30 yet.
He's not 30 yet. He's like 27 or 8.
Yeah.
He's now one of the elder statesmen.
I don't see him still as an elder statesman.
But part of that is because he came up and was,
he's been around it for so long.
Yeah.
People don't realize how long he's been around, but how young he actually is.
Same with Kyle. Like, he's 32, I think.
Yeah.
And
dude's won 45, 46 races.
Crazy.
Yeah. And he's got 7 at Bristol.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Darryl Waltrip.
5 more. He ties Darryl.
We talked a little bit about a couple weeks ago, like the greatest athletes, the 50 greatest athletes.
The most dominant athletes.
And you look at our sport, right now we've got like a gluttony, not the word anyway, we've got a lot of people in the sport right now that's really good. And I think fans overlook that fact. Kind of that thing that Harvick was saying was that this is a time in our sport when there's a lot of talent out there, and sometimes that gets overlooked.
Yeah, it is. I think it's talent and technology and teams knowing what to do. I mean, back when you go back to the Harvick tweet, like, oh, there was only 2 cars in lead lap, there was so much less rules, and the technology wasn't really there. So I think if you could get a little bit of advantage, it'd go a long way, where now the rules are so tight and everyone has not the knowledge to make their cars pretty similar.
Yeah, that
like
advantage.
Why
That advantage lasts like a week, 2, 3 if you like really hit on something good. And then it's over with.
I mean, Petty used to lap the whole field, like at Daytona.
I think people forget that.
Yeah,
because they like live in like the golden age.
Yeah, that's what makes me interested.
I think they just have bad memories.
Yeah, actually, Kyle Busch had I don't know if you guys read this article that Kyle Busch was talking about, or he talked about some of this stuff, and I agreed with him. It was actually a really good article. That he was like, the racing now is probably one of the best that it's ever been, honestly, because back then you'd have the whole field a lap down, or they were way spread apart and things like that. And now you have people as close as they've ever been. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. I don't know why fans take on the racing nowadays so much compared to what it used to be, and be like, oh, back in the day it was great. I'm like, there was maybe 3 cars in the lead lap. Yeah. I don't really get that. But, I mean, I get, maybe it was newer back then and more dangerous and things like that, and maybe sometimes things get a little oversaturated and people kind of get over it, which is unfortunate. But you look at all these sports nowadays, I think some people are like that.
It's the same argument that everyone has for like basketball, and they're like, oh, Michael Jordan or LeBron James. Like, you can't make that argument because it's different eras.
Yeah, they didn't play each other. You can't do that stuff.
Who you watch growing up, that's the era that you're going to be like, oh, man,
that's the best era.
Yeah. Kids now in 20 years are going to be like, oh, the Ryan Blaney era was the best era in NASCAR.
Maybe.
Just starting.
Maybe.
But,
maybe.
And then the attendance thing, which we won't even get into that. I saw a White Sox game last week.
Yeah.
They projected to get 10,000 people at that game.
Yeah.
Guess how many people showed up?
How many?
974 people went to the game.
They
say our sport's bad.
Well, weather has been affecting all the sports.
That's true.
It was a beautiful
but baseball is like weird times too. Some of the games. I read an interesting article about baseball attendance and how some teams are making the tickets free and going off concessions. But one of the factors, it was like 5 things that were interesting about baseball attendance. And the last one was that it's so much more quiet in the baseball stadiums that the teams can hear more than they would if it was like a really loud crowd. And I forget which game they were talking about, but one team ended up winning because like the third base coach had told the runner on third base something, and the third baseman heard where normally he wouldn't have heard because it would have been so loud.
Yeah. Wow.
It's like playing rec league softball. You can hear what the other team's saying. So.
Yeah. Hand signals.
Like the
sign language.
Yeah.
In A Quiet Place.
Yes.
They all know sign language, which is probably a good thing.
I'm going to check that out.
Yeah.
I might do that tonight.
You need to do that. I got to go. I thought there was another movie I was wanting to go see, but apparently not. Infinity War comes out in 10 days, which is
10 days.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a countdown on your phone for when that?
No, I just saw it today was April 17th, and it comes out on April 27th, and then I did the math.
That was very quick.
That's good math.
Have you been keeping track of Brie Larson's preparation for Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel? A little bit, yeah.
She has these workout videos on her Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, she is a hoss now.
Yeah. Shout out to Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Big fan.
I'm out of this conversation.
Oh, yeah, you don't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about it yet.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of her.
I enjoy her. But, like, she is ripped now.
Really?
Yes.
Her and... Did you
might
see
become a fan.
Did you see the new Kong?
No, but I wanted to.
She was in it, and she was a badass in it. And I can't wait for what she looks like now.
Yeah.
As a superhero.
Like, she was doing, like, tons of push-ups with, like, those big, huge chains on her back for weight. Like,
it's the most badass looking
thing
like
ever. Hip thrusters with, like, 400 pounds. It was insane.
400 pounds?
Yes.
You sure?
I promise.
Pretty sure James Harrison does, like, maybe 700. And I'm pretty sure he can lift more than 300 pounds more than Brie Larson. James Harrison.
He's 40 years old.
Yeah, well, he's a animal.
He is. Did announce that he's retiring.
I know. It was a shame to hear that.
But hey, the older you get, the harder it is to keep doing that stuff.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say hip thrust.
That too. You might break a hip.
Yeah, it's harder to do everything.
Yeah.
The picture's not coming up, but Those were her sets. Her sets were 335, 350, and then 400.
Jeez.
All right.
Okay.
That's
all right, Bree.
large.
What up, girl? How you doing?
Oh, hey.
How you doing?
Do you like hairy
How
men?
you doing?
Do you like hairy
Just the
men?
chest, so not
Blonde,
the back.
hairy men.
Plump hairy men.
How weird would it be if there was
Oh gosh, here we go.
there was a person? I'm sure there's got to be at least one person out of the billions of people on the planet who was bald head, no facial hair, no hair everywhere else but their chest.
Just chest hair?
Just chest hair. And you saw this guy walking down the beach in a Speedo.
What would you?
What would you do?
Yeah.
Run away.
Run far away. Probably because of the Speedo. I'm not really a Speedo fan.
Who is?
I don't know. The Europeans, maybe?
It is a big European thing.
Chuck is being quiet because he likes to show man thigh. Chuck, do you own a Speedo?
I do not own a Speedo, but I will wear some shorts.
How short are your shorts?
6-inch inseam right in there.
That is tiny.
So how high above the knee?
Like
6-inch inseam. So like
That is
barely
That's-
going.
Yeah. You're gonna see some thigh.
Yeah,
You're gonna see more than that.
Yeah.
That's,
No,
that's
you-
a lot of thigh.
Wear the right undercarriage. You're good.
No, you don't wear anything when you wear something like that.
Sometimes.
You go commando?
No, you just gotta let it roll.
You just gotta let it roll.
Do you go commando?
That's a very short inseam.
Do you ever go? When was the last time y'all went commando?
Last time?
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, yeah. No wonder I'm swinging around it. I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. Probably my honeymoon. That count?
Okay.
That's every day. No, I'm just kidding.
That's every day. It wasn't even commando. It was just nothing
Yeah. Well, I answered
All
my
the
part.
time. All the time.
all the time. Like
All the
last
time?
last time. Now.
Not now.
So not all the time.
Why is it when
Maybe like
somebody asks
last
you a
week.
question like that, everybody looks up and thinks,
I know.
Like, I'm
Trying
gonna
to
get the
think.
answer up here somewhere.
It's up there
in
in my
ceiling
head
tiles.
somewhere.
You know, most of the time when people
Chuck still hasn't
lie,
answered, by the
they
way.
look up and left. So if you
Up
look
and left.
Yeah.
Oh,
When the
So if
thing
you
is
look
a
up and
lie.
right, is that where the truth is?
No, that's just you're just
Chuck
Lines
has
over
still
here.
been.
Fool.
He still
Avoiding.
hasn't
Yeah.
answered the question.
What? Do I wear short shorts with no shorts underneath the shorts?
No, when was the last time you went commando?
Last time I went commando? It was probably at a reenactment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did they have underwear back then?
They did. They did.
Did they?
It was long.
It was just
underwear.
more
Does it
wool.
count as underwear if it's long underwear though? Those are just like pants under pants.
It's a layer, but it
it's
is
not
pants under.
really.
It's a layer
underwear.
between the outer pants because that's where the need for underwear really comes in. Because if you ate, a meal that messes with your stomach, and you're, dropping ass, you don't want that on your, pants.
Do your
on your pants,
long,
pants.
do your long
You can't
underwear have the
Can't
the
wear
butt
khaki
flap?
shorts. And
The butt flap.
no, the butt flap that was
that's
for
not a real
long
thing?
johns.
Yeah, that was just for long.
The ones that's like a onesie.
Yeah.
You need the flap there.
It's
Oh,
really
okay.
inconvenient to take down.
Yeah.
So they're just like, oh, we'll just put
It's like
two
a fire
flaps.
suit. Yeah. Put a butt-
They should have butt flaps on our fire suits.
How funny would that be?
That could be our thing.
That could be
Or your thing.
trademark. We could be
Right there.
we'll both be
We're
in
partners. We'll invest together.
Yeah. 70-30.
How much would somebody have to pay you to wear a butt flap fire suit?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, it's just convenience.
It's a convenient thing.
I feel like we should pay whoever invents it, which is
you
us.
guys
So it's
should-
good.
yeah.
So we're gonna just a big money pot.
That's right.
we're
Would
gonna
it be
have.
Heard of a
Velcro?
pyramid?
Like a Velcro
Snaps.
or snap? Like what would
Snaps
it?
would be uncomfortable.
Or
I think it
zipper.
would be Velcro.
I don't know about Velcro either because then you're gonna have like a thick line, a thick
Yeah.
shape of Velcro there.
Do the
Like a-
thing like in briefs where it like folds over. So you got to do like a fold. and
interlock.
Oh,
then
that
it, like,
does not. That would not work.
You gotta
Then you
think of
might have
something-
fans
a
like
quick
reaching
release
in
flap.
there.
Oh yeah.
I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
It just your belt. Your belt.
Yeah.
You just pull back.
Oh,
We got it.
Yeah,
We got it.
yeah.
He's
Look
got the
at
money
you,
and I got the
designer.
mind. So
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Speaking of
That'd
innovations,
be cool.
there's a new Mustang coming out.
There is.
It was teased today.
It was, yeah. So next year, the Ford Cup car is gonna be Mustangs, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about
It's
that
a
with
long time
Ford for a
coming.
while. Yeah, with Toyota coming out with a new car and Chevy coming out with a new car this year, it's time for Ford to do it. So I'm excited for it. We've seen some. I know they kind of just teased it today, but we've seen some photos of the car, and I think it looks really, really cool. So
it does look cool.
Yeah.
About that.
I think we're no, it looks terrible.
It's a terrible car.
I've never thought you'd said that.
Yeah. What if I was like, yeah, it came out with a
What if
new
you were
car?
like,
It looks awful.
Worst thing ever. Never want to race that thing.
Good thing I don't have to see it.
Yeah, you're not
Mustang.
gonna.
Yeah, they all look the same
Horse.
inside.
Yeah.
Somebody asked that question
Yeah.
of Jeff Gordon when he was first in the booth. He was like, "What's it like seeing the 24 on the track?" Never really seen it on the track because I've always been in the car.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be weird seeing, like, if you let a buddy of yours drive your like personal vehicle and you see it drive off, like that's kind of weird to me.
Kind of like when you sit in your passenger seat or the back seat of your car.
Yeah,
when
that is
somebody
very
else,
odd.
It's a very strange thing.
Strange.
He's stealing my car.
Yeah. Or like when I saw the Wood Brothers car for the first time in the red and white scheme at Vegas this year, that was really strange. And Paul was wearing
Paul
a
in
white
the fire
helmet,
suit to me.
and
is still
Paul in the
weird.
fire suit. Yeah, like, that
was
whole thing was like very strange for me.
Well, on that bombshell, I think it might be about time for us to.
Is it time? Oh, okay, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Already?
Oh.
Yeah,
Already,
it flies by when you're having
That was fun.
it does kind of fly by. Well, thanks for being on, Daniel.
Yeah, man, that was a good time. I have to come back, and I will watch at least one episode after the one I watch with myself being on it. So.
Good. You got to go. You got to listen to the one from last week.
I will.
Yeah.
That was cardboard.
I think
The
that was
last
our
week-
best one yet.
Yeah.
This one, if you listened to last week and you made it this far, we're sorry. That was a good show last week, and this was, it was
More
fun.
racing.
It was fun.
Yeah,
That's
more
all
racing.
racing.
It was good show. It was good conversation. But also, fans, go on iTunes, rate and review. We're over 1,000 now in iTunes.
Only
We're at
took us a
1,003.
year.
Took us a 3, so get that bikini warmed up.
Or lack of.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
Anyway, go on there, rate and review, like us, subscribe.
Thanks for listening.